we have our site file that we've given to you, one of the kind of cool things we can do in Revit, which is linking. And so I really like showing this because I think it makes the whole using Revit experience a little bit less stressful when you're dealing with a file like this. And so there's a couple key things that I want to just kind of show you with this is with linking, we can just go up here to Revit and go to Insert, and we can go to Link File. So this little button right here is how we can link something. And so with using linking files not on BIM 360 or Autodesk Construction Cloud or whatever they decide to call it next year, we can't have two files open at the same time. Except we can actually open two instances of Revit at the same time. So I have two Revit windows open here, one with just a blank project and one with our site imported. So this is a blank project. I just went to File, New, and started a new project. And so we can go in here and we can click Insert, Link Revit. So we'll click Link here. We're going to find our file here. No, don't want there. So this is our Revit file. So we're going to click Open. And it's just going to link it to its origin. Well, actually, I'll just wait for that to do that. So, yeah.
Did the other file have to be open for you to link it to?
Correct. Yeah. So I just created a new project, blank project, nothing in it, and then I'm just linking in this file. So what I should have done is I already upgraded it, but I didn't save it. So now it's trying to upgrade it again while it's linking it. So if you open it and save it to the current version, it won't do that after. So now we have it in here, which we don't see anything. So we can go to our 3D view. And the first thing you're going to notice is if you click on the side profile of this 3D box, you're going to notice a site is like really high up in the air. So let's fix that. Let's just go to an elevation view for a second and let's lower this down. And it all depends on where you want your building to be. So these are all based on the site, I guess, the site's datum lines. So they don't really matter for our project. So let's click here, click modify, and bring this down. I will upload this on YouTube after, so you guys can have access to all of this. So I'm just moving that down. It's kind of arbitrary right now. There is a more correct way of doing that, but I don't think it's important to show that right now. I'd rather you just use it and do it this way, and then later on you can learn the more correct way of doing it. But for now, we can just bring it down. So now when we go to our level 1, we can see our site. The one thing a lot of people don't know about Revit, there is an origin. So if you click this little light bulb down the bottom here, we can open up and we can see our origin. And so let's just move this over to the side here. So our Revit project origin is right here. And you want to think about, this is where you want to draw. You want your building to be centered around this origin. And so where we locate our site kind of doesn't matter at the moment, but generally I like to put our site or our building location roughly in that center origin. So we have our building located down. It's located in the right spot now. And then we've kind of moved it to be approximate in the right location. So a couple things we can do with this. If we go back to our first floor plan, let's toggle and reveal. We can draw a box or some sort of building now. So I'm just going to go in the architecture tab. I'm just going to draw a quick box here. Use our box tool, draw a quick box. It's obviously probably bigger than your building should be. And where is our box? Is our box under our building? Where's our box? Level 1, unconnected. Oh yeah, oh, it's right there, okay. So I think that should be further over. I mean, I guess that looks like it's in the right spot, right? Somewhere like that. That building looks like it's a lot closer than it, or no, our site's on top of that. It's like right here, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Sorry. I think I need to lower this more. So if we go to our site view, yeah, there we go. That's the right spot. Let's go to our elevation. Let's just lower this a little bit. Lower that down to level 1. So you can see. So there's a bit of trial and error back and forth. But the nice thing I like about this is you're not moving the site and all the trees and everything at the same time. You're just kind of moving those objects independent of each other. So now we have a box here, and probably the first question that's going to come up is, well, when I go to a section view, so if I were to cut a section through our building here, you're going to notice that the topography is inside of our building. Well, maybe not. It could be inside of our building if I raise this up. And so just the back and forth that you can potentially have is, let me just save this for a second. Usually better with my naming conventions, but just do that for now. So the back and forth we can have with our site now, a couple things. One is we have this mess over here of all these datum lines. We can type in VG for visibility graphics. We can go up to Revit links, which is a new tab when you start linking a file in. You can go to here and click this plus button. You can click by host view, and it brings up this dialog. And you can go to custom. You can go to annotation categories, and you can turn off, change this to custom. You can turn off the elevations that are being brought in by the link. So all those datum lines or the level lines, we can turn those off. So we go down to level lines. I don't know why this box is showing here, but go down to level lines, turn that off. And now it's only going to show our level lines from our project file. So it just kind of simplifies it. You're not seeing all this clutter and mess. And so you'd have to do that for every elevation view. But once you get it set up, it's easy. You can also create a view template. I'm not going to talk about what a view template is, how to do that right now, but you can also do a view template to, make that information consistent between those views. Last portion is we obviously have our topography inside of our building right now. If we go back to the other Revit file here, we can go link, and we can link in our project. And this part is going to have to be probably a bit of trial and error. Where is our linked file? I think it actually linked on top of this building. Let's see here. I don't know where it linked to actually. Let's go to manage links here. So it is loaded in. Let's do this. Check none. Do we have a linked? It's not even showing in here. Why is it not showing? It's existing. Show all. Let's go up to manage phases. Let's create a new phase called new construction. How do I know this? Who knows? Yeah, okay, there's our box. So just because there is another phase in our project file that wasn't in this file, which is why it wasn't showing. So now we can move our box kind of in its rough location. And this part's a little bit trial and error. And so, I mean, there's other ways to link this stuff through. But once you have your box in the right spot, we can move our box up to. Why is this not showing here in this 3D view? I think we need to change this to existing or to new construction as well. There we go. We'll raise this box up to be in our topography. And we can now do a building pad. Let's move this down just a little bit. And so we can now do a building pad under massing and site, building pad, and we can just use the pick line button and pick the exterior lines of this project. And now this building pad will cut that topography to match this building. Just gotta trim and extend those lines in here. I know this probably tutorial was very fast and maybe a bit complicated, but hopefully this will help you get your building in there. And I mean, I think linking the site is just a way better way of doing this. We're just going to raise this building pad up the bottom of our wall here. And now I'm just going to click save here. and we're going to go back to our other Revit file. We're going to go to Insert, Manage Links. We're going to click on our site file. We're going to click Reload, and it's going to load in that building pad, which is probably going to be in a different location than our, pretty close. So now we can just move our site into that same location of our building. Let me go actually to site view. I'm just going to move this building pad into the same location of our building here. And now our topography will be cut by our site, or by our building. So that's kind of how to interact with these different files. Why is this so low? Oh, it's up here actually. Yeah. Anyway, so that's how to interact with that. You can kind of go back and forth between the two files by having the two versions of Revit open. But this, I don't know. I mean, you could say this might be more complicated if you want, but I just find it's a little bit easier to deal with each part separately. So that's kind of how to deal with that. Questions? Confusion? Okay.